Okay, what y'all need to do is stop compare yourself to others because compare yourself to others is very dangerous. You know, there are a lot of times, we all wish we had something what that person got. Because don't worry, I've been down that road. And I was thinking, you know what you're thinking, how come? Well, there are times where it's saying I wish I had something what they got, There's a lot of people out there I know who got nice houses, nice cars, nice bit of everything. About everything. And there's a lot of people who wishing they could have something what they got. Like some are like TikTok famous, or some are YouTube famous too. But you just gotta realize sometimes everybody wants stuff they don't have. Because you know what? If that makes you mad, sad, or a little bit jealous, well, you're just like everybody else. And comparison is not really good for your mental health either. And it's not good for you. It's dangerous. Now, I'm going to show you ways of how to stop comparing yourself to others. Here's how it goes. Number one is saying be blessed with what you have. Be blessed with what you have. Because think about it. There's some people out there who wish they got something what you have. Because you know what? I know what you're going through. I've been down that road right there where I always be comparing myself to other people. Seeing how they got husbands and wives and kids. Well, for me, I don't have a wife or kids yet. But hey, not to worry, man. Listen, I know what y'all going through. I was just like you. Been comparing myself to others, feeling sad, saying everybody's been moving on with their lives, everybody but me. But you gotta turn around and keep telling yourself, saying that you got something what they don't have. A family who really truly cares about you. And think of it, if you don't got anybody, you should look at it again. You got something what they don't have. And you know who that is? It's Jesus. Because think of it, we all need Jesus in our life. We all need Jesus in our lives. Because hey, He'll give you something what the world couldn't. Because you know what? Jesus loves you so much. He will never let you down, and He will never leave you. That's why you gotta see it. People are just so blind to see it. Think of it. There's some other people who are, there's some people who compare themselves, they're rich and poor. But there's a difference between rich and poor. Like this. If you're rich in the world, you're poor in the spirit. But if you're poor to the world, you're rich in the spirit. So say like this. I'd rather be rich in spirit than be rich in the world. Think of it something like that. Because one of these days, when we die, we're going to have to leave everything behind on this earth. Number two is to keep telling yourself, I am blessed. I'm blessed with what I have. Just keep telling yourself, saying, I am blessed with what I got. Because when you keep telling yourself that you're blessed with what you got, you see that you want to make yourself uplifted instead of down. Because yes, we're all going to have our downfalls and everything, but you just got to think about it. You got to stop and think about it. It's like this. How would you feel if someone actually say something to you and they compare yourself to you and they say man, shoot, look at you. I wish I had something what you have. Because think about it. You were one of those people too. And hey, I was one of those folks as well. It's man, I wish we could get like you. They were man, I wish we could do stuff like you. You always you always doing good for yourself while I'm not. Hey, see? That's how you got to think about it. Just say that you're blessed with what you have. But hey, I was just putting that as an example. I'm not trying to make fun of everybody, but I'm just trying to put it as an example. All right, number three, you got to ask yourself, is this who I really want to be? You know, a guy who could be comparing myself to others all through the years? Or, yeah, that's something you got to ask yourself. Yeah, that's something we all got to do. Ask yourself that question. Just ask like, would I want to be that guy who always compare myself to everybody? Or would I want to be that guy who sees that I'm happy when I'm blessed with what I have? So you got to think for a moment. As you can see, when you look at social media today, social media is all about comparisons. When people look at that person on social media, hey, it may look like they're having a good time, but in reality, they're not. And so, come to think of it, social media is a distraction. You know, it's ruining the time for your peace, and it's stealing some time with your joy, and it's stealing all that. Well, it didn't exactly steal the time. You just gave it the time. So take a break from social media. That's all I say. It's like I said, you know, like how it's celebrities today. You know, they post like, you know, wherever they're going, and like I said, hey, they may look like they're having a good time, but in reality, they're not. They're exhausted. If you look real deep inside, they're actually exhausted. Think of it, they ain't got no sleep. They had to travel all over the world. They really do have to travel all over the world to see to see all the fans. Because listen, I used to look on social media. Because you know, social media like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, well, and TikTok. But you see, when I deleted Facebook and Snapchat and TikTok, I realized when you be on social media too much, it's a distraction, and it's not really good, and it's not really good to be on it too much. And I also realized that you can have fun without social media. You know, when I took a break off of social media, I had never felt so much better in my life. Because think of it, social media, after a while, it kind of brainwashes you. But when you take your mind off of social media, you'll see that everything you see is starting to refresh inside your mind, and it's starting to refresh whenever you go outside and experience reality of nature. So that's when you got to think about it. When you go outside and experience the reality of nature, you'll feel more peace flowing inside your bodies. Think about it. And you see, comparing yourself to others is not really good for you. It's not going to make you feel good about yourself. I mean, that's why the world is sad today, because they're always comparing themselves to other people. Like, do you know how many times there were kids out there feeling sad because the family got that and their family don't have something like that? But what y'all need to realize, that some families can actually give you, there are some parents out there that raise their kids differently, because think of it, your mom and dad actually give you something what some other parents don't do. And you know what that is? Love. Love is what they can do. Love is all they give them. And you know, this is where they get to saying like they wouldn't trade their child for the world. Because you know, most of the parents today, I see a lot of them, some of them raise their kids right, and some of them is spoiling their kids. Like, you know, Like like a spare the rod, you spoil the child. You see, it's been going on that like that for right now. I've seen a lot of parents be spoiling their kids about all the stuff they want. But you just gotta understand, that's not how life works. And you know that. If you want to raise your kids, you gotta raise your kids the right way. And if you look at it, Jesus, he never compared himself to other people. I mean, he never does. He always spreads love to everybody. I mean, he loves everybody in this world. And yes, he may have died, but he rose again on the third day, and his spirit is still live on. I mean, hey, he loves you. He loves you very much. You just got to believe in him. But it's like I said, God did not create you to fit in with the world. He created you to stand out. Because he created you for a reason. Because there's a lot of people out there who've been doing it for the world. Which way I see it, I say, well, that's totally up to them. If they want to live for the world, then live for the world. But I say, the most important we can all do is just live for Christ. Just think of it. Christ will give you something what the world couldn't. And God knows something inside of you that you don't see in yourself as well. But you just got to realize, people come in all different shapes and sizes. Y'all just got to understand that sometimes in life, it's better to just be yourself instead of trying to be like everybody else. Because yes, there are a lot of people who are not going to accept you for who you are. But just let them be, guys. Because you know why? Because you have something what they don't have. And I know it because I was one of those people. And yes, I was one of those people. I used to want to be cool to the world. But instead, I didn't have any guts to just be myself. So instead, I tried to jump in with the world. But until I realized that's not what God had created me for. He created me to stand out. He did not create me to fit in with the world. That's what we all gotta realize. He did not create you to fit in with the world. Like this, for example. I'm seeing a lot of kids today that are vaping. Like, vaping in school and cursing it too. But they thought it was really cool. Because, and I give you like this. What made you want to fit? Why can't you just be yourself instead of trying to be like everybody else? Why don't kids just accept you for who you are? And that's a good question, isn't it? Yeah, that's a really good question, isn't it? But what you gotta understand is that it's the thing with peer pressure. Like, peer pressure, like, something's like, this, like for peer pressure, like, if you want to follow the group, you got to get rid of some of the group you used to hang with. And you can't be around those people if you want to be cool. Like, let me break it down to you. They say you got to wear clothes that doesn't fit you, that suits you, listen to the music at the top of the church, and buy what everybody else was buying. And getting stuff what everybody else is getting too. And also, go out to the party and drink all night till morning, or go to some place that you shouldn't be going, or doing some things that is not allowed to be doing too. Yeah, like, people breaking laws and they break their curfews too. And do you know why it's happening right now? Because they be thinking more about themselves instead of their own safety. Because think of it, people don't even care about safety anymore. Everybody wish they have all the things what that person have, and everybody wish they can have something what that person got. And everybody wish they could afford some clothes like most people can. But you just gotta understand, that's something you gotta know. Like, and hey, yes, everybody do wish they can do something for themselves. But well, it's like this. Whatever you do, just do everything to the glory of God, not for yourself, but to please Him. Because as like I said, you don't have to work hard to try to please everybody. The important thing is pleasing the Lord. Well, that's it of the video right now. But hey, thank you all for being here. Just remember, Jesus loves you and I love you too. And I'll see you later on my next video, okay? Bye.